y'all. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 12, episode 13. Not much happened until we got to the end. Lisa done lost her mind. Lisa has lost her mind. Let's get so the episode opens up and we're at Lisa Rinna's rat-infested home, and she's calling all the girls. She's going to have a wine tasting. She decided to start a new business called Rinna Rosé, which I don't have no problems with that. Like, use this platform, run with it. If you can make an empire like Bethany did, girl, because the way Skinny Girl is like everywhere, do you, boo-boo. Do you. Excuse me. We find out that like Kyle and Diana won't be going because they got sick, with the virus. So everybody else would be there. We then see a scene with Sutton with her kids, her older kids, her oldest son who's like 18 and her youngest daughter, her oldest daughter, the oldest, because Porter is the oldest because she's 19, her son is 18, and then they have another son who's like a younger kid. But it was cute. It was a cute scene. I like family scenes. It was boring, but it was cute. The story Sutton told about how her son, he turned 18 and decided to like jump out of a plane for his birthday. And she was just like, it's just crazy because when he was 3, he hated planes. And she was talking about how her and like they went on a trip and they were on a plane and it had like a lot of turbulence. So it was dropping up and down. And her son was like, at 3 years old, screamed, "We're all gonna die." And she had to tell everybody, like, we're not going to die. We're not going to die. We're all good. We're all good. So it was a cute scene. We then see Garcelle and Dorit go to dinner. Not much came from this scene other than Garcelle was letting us know that, like, she did have a run-in with Bill Cosby. And she was talking about how scary that was, as well as, a lot of things she didn't think she had, like, she thought she had overcome and dealt with doing the book, like, because she was talking about her book and doing voiceovers for her book. She just didn't realize that, like, those things were still, like, a trigger or were really, like, bothering her. So she was, like, saying how she needs to do more work with herself. She also asked a shady question where she was like, oh, so how is PK after his DUI? And Dorit's like, his alleged DUI, alleged. Girl, he was drunk. The fact that they let him sit and wait a minute. And I loved how Garcelle was like, that would never happen to black people. And it wouldn't, because 3 things would happen. You going to jail, you getting killed, or you getting beat almost to death. So let's not play these games. I was like, alleged DUI my ass. That man was drunk as a skunk. They was just being nice. White privilege. So we then have a scene with Erika, and Erika sitting with her like creative team. They're talking about the pretty mess hair, as well as Erika talking about she want to be a dominatrix. I mean, if you could, dominatrix, if you're really good and people like you, they make coin. They make a good amount of coin. But I feel like there's a certain mindset you have to be for a dominatrix. I know a friend who has friends that are dominatrixes, and I've like met them, and they're really cool people. They vibe. They're really like kind-hearted people. It's just that like Erika don't give that, because I feel like even when someone is a dominatrix, yes, they're okay with like administering like pain for pleasure, but I also don't think they're like sadistic. And Erika's talking about she likes to do. I don't know. Something about Erika is a little off to me. I'm sorry, y'all. I just, I feel like most people who are dominatrixes know where the line is, and they know not to hop over that line. Erika gives me, she would hop over that line because she thinks that's what the person really, like what a dominatrix is supposed to be, rather than probably doing research and learning like specifically what it is to be a dominatrix. That's my thing. But Pretty Mess Dungeon is a cute name. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. When she said get your trademark lawyers on it, and she was like, no, for real, I was like, yeah, girl, trademark that, because that's cute. You could do some Pretty Mess Dungeon hair or something like that. But her assistant or her creative designer, I think that's her roommate. I don't understand how she paying Michael. I really don't understand how Michael gets paid. I really do hope Michael's not getting paid just to be on TV. Oh, some girl, like, you too old for that, sir. Because I'm still trying to figure out, like, how is Erika paying people? We then have to sit down with Sutton and Lisa Rinna. And honestly, y'all, I'm sick of Sutton apologizing. I need Sutton to grow a pair and stop apologizing. Because at the end of the day, you really didn't do nothing wrong. Lisa's just mad that she got egg on her face. Lisa thought she was going to punk Sutton, and Sutton came back and punked her, and she got embarrassed because once people started, like, you know how fans are? Once people started to dig into, like, records of the, what's that man's name? Elton John charity, they found out that Lisa and Harry really rarely even make donations, if that, and they only really come for photo ops. So you got egg on your face. And the fact, and that's the thing, this is my thing. I think Harry is, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Harry probably doesn't care. I think Harry did care. That's why Lisa is so perturbed and upset, because I do think Harry was embarrassed, and Lisa is embarrassed as well, because Lisa is the one who started this and got the block hot, and she couldn't handle it. And now that her man is embarrassed, she want to be mad at Sutton. Because the truth of the matter is, if y'all would have never tried to play Garcelle like Garcelle was trying to dine and dash with Kyle's charity last season, Sutton wouldn't have spoken up to try to, like, rally and support her friend. Y'all were trying to embarrass Sutton. No, y'all were trying to embarrass Garcelle the way Sutton embarrassed Lisa. And now Lisa's feelings is hurt and she just can't take it. So they're sitting down at this dinner. Lisa thinks because she owns the fact that she's a nasty, like, she likes to torture, I was about to say a word, because she's nasty and she likes to torture Sutton, then it absolves her from being ridiculed and looked down upon from other people. And it's like, it doesn't. If you know you're doing this, then you should probably stop. Like, you should probably stop. So Lisa is like, I did tell Kathy I do enjoy torturing you. And Sutton's like, well, you do it because you know I can handle it. And Sutton and Lisa's like, not really. So it's like, you're doing it because you get off on it and you feel like Sutton is weak. Like, that's just what it is. But Lisa sat there and said, like, I have to get over it. I have to move on. I have to be better. Da 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 da. And she was just like, you hurt my, like, she didn't say you hurt my feelings, but Sutton hurt Lisa's feelings, and that's why Lisa feels justified in the things that she does. As well as when Sutton was sitting there, Sutton was like, you can be a bitch, and Lisa can be, and Lisa was like, and I'm like, you're past the age where that's cute. Y'all know, like, in your 20s, and even sometimes when you're like 19 or 18, it's cute to be like, I'm a boss bee, I'm this, I'm that. But once you hit the age of like 30, and even be in Lisa's case 69 or something like that, damn near 70, it's not cute anymore. It's just being a bitch. Once you hit Lisa's age, transfers to being a nasty old hag. And nobody wants to be around that. That's how you know it. There's a lot of old folks homes full of them people where their kids don't visit them and don't care about them. So she need to chill out. Also, I don't think Lisa understands that she is the reason why her daughters never popped off the way she wanted them to pop off, like Bella and Gigi. People actually loved Yolanda. Don't nobody love you, so they don't love your kids. Chill out, lady. Chill out. All right. So then we are going to Lisa's party. Everybody is getting ready. I forgot to mention, so the people who are not showing up is Kyle, because Kyle got sick, Diana got sick, and so did Crystal. On the way there, we see Sutton in the car talking to Crystal on the phone, and Crystal was saying that she's upset because she gained 5 pounds because all she's doing is sitting and eating. And Sutton was like, girl, that's okay. That's okay. No stress. You just want to get better. I thought Sutton's delivery could have been better, but I'm glad Sutton was like, girl, that's okay. Like, you're still pretty. You're still that, girl. That's okay. So everybody shows up. I don't know what the hell Sutton had on. Like this oversized jacket with this like bow up to her throat like this. I didn't like what Dorit had on either. I didn't like what Garcelle had on, that ugly Balenciaga sweater. Cherie looked nice. I was happy for Cherie to like be on the show, but Cherie is trying to suck up to Fox Force 5 and Diana, and I'm looking at Cherie like, sis, That will get you kicked off real quick with the fans. Like, it will, the narrative will shift to like, oh, we like her to be around, to like, ew, she can go, she gonna be with them. Cause I'm looking at Cherie like, sis, they'll push you to the side once you get on their nerves. So you might want to stick with Garcelle and Sutton because they seem like they would probably be genuine friends with you and for you versus them. But they're all sitting down. They started to drink the wine. They get sloshed. They really do. Because there's no like pour bucket or spit bucket. It's just them like drinking. It seemed like everybody enjoyed the drinks and the drinks were actually good. We then see a sit down. Oh, Doree talks about how she got a man that wants to date Garcelle, that thinks Garcelle is like the bee's knees. And then Erika and Cherie chimed in, are talking about like, oh, is it for sex? I'm sick of Erika talking about like she getting her back blown out. Because I feel like if you was getting your back blown out, you wouldn't be telling everyone that you getting your back blown out. Cause I feel like it's not really getting your back blown out, because you wouldn't be acting this way and running to the bottle if your back was really getting blown out the way you say it was getting blown out. That's just me. I'm just thinking about that because I'm just kind of like, sis, you stay drinking. Is it really, sex is supposed to be a relief? Because it's clearly not happening for you. But we then see a sit down with Sutton, Lisa, and Cherie. And this is where I said Cherie getting on my nerves, because Cherie is talking about like, no, because Lisa's like, I've been called a bitch before. And Cherie's like, no, I think you're a good, kind-hearted person. And I'm looking at Cherie like, girl, wait till she say some foul something to you or do something to you. I'm like, Cherie, shut up. And I was with Sutton when Sutton said, huh? And Sutton was like, I like Lisa. I just think Lisa can be a bitch sometimes. And we then have a sit down with Erika and Garcelle on the other part of the house, where Garcelle is like asking Erika like, why do you think Sutton is a liability to me? Because I thought about it at first, but I'm trying to understand. And Erika basically says that Garcelle is constantly taking up for Sutton, and Garcelle's like, that's what friends are supposed to do. But Erika's like, but you don't do that for anybody else. Girl, you and Lisa do the same thing for each other. Matter of fact, Kyle, Dorit, Lisa, and Erika will like save one another from different like bouts with other people or beef with other people. So this whole thing like of, it's stupid. It's stupid. Like, we haven't seen Garcelle really throw herself on the sword for Sutton, to be all that honest. Garcelle backs up Sutton when Sutton needs it, but we haven't seen her just outright be like, leave my friend alone. She just said, y'all are constantly riding her, which y'all are, and she points that out. And then Erika's like, I feel like you give grace to Sutton the way you don't give it to me. Like, I feel like you judge me. And I give Garcelle a point, because Garcelle says I do. She was like, I don't believe everything you say. And I said, I wouldn't either. Out here. And that's the thing. You calling Sutton a liability, but that $27 billion lawsuit you got going on that got Mauricio's name in it. I see you, Kyle, and Kathy's name in it. And I see you, Kathy. Y'all about to get caught up. Y'all about to get all the way caught up dealing with Erika. Now, that's a liability, because it look like people going to have to pay fines and take their ass to jail. But Sutton is a liability because she asks questions. Okay. And then Erika in her confessional, like, she judges me, and our life showing you is my life exploding. Well, whose fault is that? It's yours, not nobody else's, Erika. So when Erika and Garcelle sit down, Sutton blurts out saying, I don't like people saying I'm a liability. Why am I a liability? Say it to me, not to my friend Garcelle. I said, come on, Sutton. So Erika explains that she feels like Sutton went out her way to hurt Lisa Rinna. And I'm just kind of like, and Lisa Rinna went out her way to shame and hurt Garcelle. So we could go back and forth, sis. Like, what is it? What is it? Because y'all do that. Y'all really do that. So, like, let's not play these games. So Garcelle is like, why are y'all questioning my friendship? And why am I being punished for being a loyal friend? So they're going back and forth. What's her name? Sutton is like, Lisa, me and you had dinner the other day or lunch the other day, and you were fine. But now that we're in front of an audience, you acting funny. And Lisa says something to the effect is like, you need to unpack why you feel the need to hurt me and you like to hurt me. I said, Lisa, you just said earlier in the episode you like to torture her. You said that. And Lisa thinks because she owns her nastiness, it's supposed to be a pass for people to feel like they care about her. Because Lisa's like, well, and because Sutton says, well, you've spoken negatively about me to everybody around me. And Lisa's like, but I told you that. And I'm supposed to just accept it? Like, where'd I do that at? So then Lisa gets mad because like Sutton says, you talk out both sides of your neck. So then Lisa's like, you can get the F out my home. I would have left. I don't know why Sutton was sitting there. Because if it was me, I'd have been like, you don't got to kick me out of this rat infested home. Like, girl, you don't have to with these raggedy fruit trees you got out here. Gonna tell me to get the F out of this nasty home where it looked like you need to paint them baseboards. Sutton is better than me. Cause I would have got out of pack. I said, it'd have been like, you ain't got to tell me packing up my bags, zipping it up. And I'd have told her, don't nobody want to be in here with your ghetto wine and your nasty house. Like out here giving people the bubonic plague and the what is it called? The Black Death. Girl, bye. I told Lisa to kiss my whole entire behind with that. Gonna tell me to get the F out your dirty home. Girl, don't nobody want to be in that roach infested rat house. So then Sutton is like, okay, because everyone's like, oh, okay. So then she's like, if you come for my family, if you come for my kids, I'll take you down. I said, Lisa, this is not Days of Our Lives. This is not a time to remember. Girl, if you don't calm down this soap acting, click it. Like they said, take it down a few notches, Miss Lisa. Take it down. So then everyone's just sitting there looking at Lisa like, huh? And like Sutton said, I don't think Lisa has left the soap. She really hasn't, because she was like, if you come from my kids, if you come from my husband, I will take you down. I was like, I said, get her off let her go. Let that lady go. But that is it. That is all, y'all. Remember to be bravely authentic and drop down in them comments below. Deuces.